Wait, is this the first you're hearing about this? Come on now. Everybody's trying to teach kids how to build freaking bridges.
I didn't realize that so many people are learning to build bridges,
young kids.
But I can see bridges being pretty helpful when, like we don't have hover cars yet.
But that's what I'm saying. Let's focus on the hover cars. Screw these bridges. Yeah. Because the bridges are always the first ones to go in the movies. Like if you watch like any X-Men movie, Magneto's always tearing down some bridge.
Yeah, well you just like argued against yourself right there.
What do you mean?
Well, if the bridge is the first thing you destroy when you're trying to fight somebody, apparently bridges are important.
I don't even know if he does it to like fight people. He just does it to like show that he has power. Like, look.
Yeah, here's a fucking bridge.
I'm knocking it down.
Yeah.
Just for no reason. They always knock down a bridge in the Eiffel Tower.
That's why we need people who know how to build bridges, because if we have a Magneto come destroy all the bridges...
He's just going to knock it down. If they build another one, he'll just knock it down.
Well, not if the X-Men kill him first. Oh, they never kill him.
They can't. You mean, come on, you can't kill Magneto.
They always just try and lock him up.
Yeah, they lock him up in a plastic prison. But we're going off topic. I'm just saying. Art is important. Art is just as, if not more important than a goddamn bridge. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, who's gonna paint those bridges?
Who's going to paint the bridge? Who's going to inspire kids
to build bridges?
Right? Like the person I'm talking about, their child in the class, they read a book. And it's all about engineering. But it's not an engineering book. It's a story book. It's like a little boy that builds freaking bridges. And it's supposed to like enlighten kids on, isn't like building bridges awesome? Who wrote the book? Right? Who drew the pictures in a freaking book?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we really build the bridges, bro. Like, that's what we do. As artists, we explain to people why they should be better. Art inspires people. So that is important, man.
Art inspires people to build the bridges that Mike says we don't need.
I mean, F them. Like, listen, we need bridges. I'm just saying, what's the urgency?
Oh,
like,
now you're pro bridge.
No. Listen, bridges are fine. I'm cool with bridges. Me and bridges get along just well. All I'm saying is, like, what's the immediate urgency of getting every child to only focus on engineering? I have no beef with bridges. All I'm saying is that, listen, we need art too. I understand that engineering is great, and we need that. We definitely need that. But stop taking money out of art, man.
No,
There's no engineer that doesn't listen to music or watch movies, man. That's all I'm saying. Go in that direction. Right. Well, listen. Art school.
Yeah, back to art school. Pros and cons.
I mean, you got pros and cons, but also
how me and Mike met.
But also, like, yeah, we definitely did meet in college.
Yeah,
and I would ask you, was it all that you were hoping it would be?
It was worse than what I was hoping it would be.
Whew.
But
that's brutal, bro.
Yeah, well,
and you're telling kids to go to this thing.
No. I was saying don't go to this thing. That was the direction I was going in. Was like, look into classes at like a city college or something, like take the classes and learn the art, but you don't necessarily need like the degree.
Yeah. Like, I've never gotten an animation job where they ask for like my degree.
And I have no degree.
And then every like, oh, do you want to tell that story, bro?
Not necessarily. If we go there,
we don't have to go.
That could be another night.
Yeah, we don't have to go there ever if you don't want to.
Yeah. I mean, eventually we probably will, but for now, we got to go to the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, like I was just saying, like, I've never like went to it. Like, the only job where they asked about my degree or anything was like Disney.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert: I've never worked at Disney Studios.
Yeah, Disney asked for it and Pixar.
Yeah, which isn't that kind of like Disney? Oh, they're two different.
Pretty much. Yeah,
they all in the same umbrella. It's all the same monster, which I respect. I'm sorry.
I was just wondering what that sound was. Mike was crushing a water bottle.
Which trust me, I respect you, Pixar, and I respect you, Disney. So I just want to make that known. I just never worked there.
Yeah.
But that's like the only place that like asks like, okay, what's your degree?
Do you have a degree?
Like you don't really need, like, I know people that get scooped up just from posting stuff online. Mm-hmm. So it's a sketchy situation, but people don't know where else to go as far as to get there.
Yeah, and that was my story. I had no idea what to do, where to go, and found the school and went there, brought my portfolio, and I was like, yeah, I like to draw. I want to animate. And they're like, oh, you're there. This place is perfect for you. And then after they got my money, they were like, you're going to do 3D. And I was like, but I want to draw. I don't want to do the computer stuff. I want to draw. Well, you're doing 3D.
Right. Well, because at the time, the whole industry was switching everything over to 3D. Yeah. And we were told, at least I was told, I don't know if anybody said this to you, but I was told that I would never get a job working in 2D.
Yeah, because it was dead.
Because it was dead. But I'll tell you something. 10 years I've been working. All I did was 2D.
Still going, yeah.
That's all I do is 2D. I mean, definitely it's dying. it's still dying. It's definitely on life support. But I mean, pretty much the whole industry is on life support. At least in America, But yeah, It's just you like I'll tell you when I first entered into the situation, because I don't like school, as we already established. I was promised that I would go to this college, make my parents happy. It's only 3 years. I'd be done in 3 years. I was like, boss, my bosses are going to be like industry professionals. I'm like, I got instant connections. That's lit. And then on top of that, I get there and everybody loves my portfolio. I didn't find out until later that nobody actually looked at my portfolio. They just looked at whether my loan papers and I didn't have any loans, but they were looking at my financial papers, whether that was intact. And that was my entry, even to the point where I had a counselor that told me and my mom and dad to our faces. She said, I'm going to be with Mike for his entire time at this school. My first day, she was gone. My first day, I was like, where is blank? And she was out of here. And, she was gone. And so definitely it didn't live up to. Dude, you can crack your can. Like, come on now.
Yeah, I just opened a beer.
Right.
I tried to keep it quiet, but
right. So definitely it didn't meet my expectations going in. I'm just a young high school kid that hates school, but wants a degree. I want to get my connections up. It's going to be in Orange County. I thought it was going to be great because listen, I'll reveal something very intimate about me.
Here we go, folks.
You guys ready for this?
This is a telling moment here.
So for those of you that don't know, I'm a black dude. I was born and raised.
We were trying to keep that a secret, Mike.
Listen, I got to do what I got to do. Born and raised North Long Beach, California. And, but, I really had a hard time fitting in completely with any crowd, except for like the white kids. So that should answer the question as to why somebody who lives in North Long Beach, California would decide to go to a school in Orange County. I figured, maybe I'll thrive out there. I'm an artist. I'll be around artists. It's like, the chicks will dig me, this, that, and the third. And a lot of that led to my decision going in. And we want to talk about expectations versus reality. Chicks weren't necessarily digging me. And I say that only because women is also a very big driving force for a lot of these young people, especially young men or whoever going in. And I just want to let you know, like, you know, don't let that convince you either. You know, connections, quitting early, girls, just. If your college was ever advertised during Maury Povich, then you probably don't want to go there. And that was a mistake that I made. But art school in general, like I've never heard, I haven't heard like maybe like there's like a school in France that'll like hook you up and like
Canada has a good one.
Which one is
what
that?
It's called though. It's the one where all the Canadians we meet go.
All the Canadian kids that come down here and take our jobs. No, shout out to all the Canadians.
We need to build a wall.
Yeah, you guys are dumb polite.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, it's like this, like it's hard for me to recommend art school.
Vancouver art. Something
it's a art school in Canada. If it's I mean
like
you
that's all I know. Every time there's an intern,
they went to that school,
right?
Went
to that school,
and he takes my job.
Yeah. Anytime you see something awesome that's like student film from this school in Canada, it's that school,
or from
and you're
that
like,
school in France.
The hell, yeah.
You know, so I mean, definitely keep that in mind, and also keep in mind that like we were just saying, animation is not a hot commodity. So it's not like, you know, they're really making schools for animators, you know, it's like specifically, because like, why?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They're making schools to take the money from people that want to be animators.
But even then, it's a hard sell, because how are you going to tell somebody like, yo, come over here and learn how to animate if, like, okay, what job am I going to get, man? You know, like what am I going to do? Like, how do you tell somebody that?
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things. It's like you really gotta love doing it and understand that it's, I don't know, it's a job.
It's definitely a job.
It's you really gotta love to do it and enjoy doing it, because if you're in it to get rich, there's probably no chance of that happening. Very little chance.
But we can change that.